everything they can to make sure it doesn't happen again. All the girls here say they have been victims of sexual assault. To protect themselves, they are learning and honing their skills in self-defense.
Self-defense gives us strength. We realize our own power. Before that, we felt we were weak and couldn't do anything if someone manhandled us. But after learning self-defense, girls are getting back their self-confidence.
Usha says a colleague tried to rape her in 2010.
I was mentally disturbed, and my entire family was affected. This went on for a year.
Usha says she tried to register a complaint with the police, but she was met with hostility. Even members of her own family asked her to let it go and move on. But when she finally began to open up about what happened, others around her had a different attitude.
They all said that if a bold girl like me can't take action, then what about all those girls who commit suicide after such incidents?
The Red Brigade. Originally a group of 15 survivors of rape or molestation, the group today has more than 200 members. The girls practice how to handle themselves in tense situations. In this exercise, for instance, they are simulating a group of men surrounding and hassling the girl in the middle. Beyond self-defense, Usha says the brigade is trying to change an ages-old attitude that men in this part of India have towards women and girls.
We should at least be bold enough to talk face to men who trouble us. That's the first step. Second, we tell the family about what the person is doing. Our third step is to complain to the police so that they don't say we didn't tell them. After these three steps, if the person doesn't listen, then we insult him in front of people. Our dress is red and black because red signifies danger and black signifies protest.
Pooja is 19 and a member of the Red Brigade. She says she's been molested twice, and like so many victims for a long time, she kept quiet.
When I started avoiding going to school, my elder sister asked me why I'm not paying attention to my studies. That is when I broke down and told her that my teacher misbehaves with me. That's when we told the school's principal about this.
But coming forward did her no good. Pooja's complaint to the school principal fell on deaf ears. Later, she was forced to change schools. Pooja says when she was assaulted again, this time by a neighbor, she was told to keep quiet so it wouldn't jeopardize his future. It was a similar experience for Jyoti. She's now 14, but she says she was only 8 when she was raped and didn't even know what had happened.
When I was at an age when I didn't even know about anything, I was worried by my neighbor. It was much later when I was studying with Musha, and that's when I realized I was raped.
The girls say they couldn't rely on their own families for support because they were molested or sexually assaulted by someone in their families. The girls find strength in knowing they are not alone. Being part of the Red Brigade is no easy task. Uttar Pradesh is a deeply patriarchal society. Men run the show here, and women and girls who want to take lead in any matter often run into resistance within their own families. The Red Brigade has become well known in Lucknow. So much so that sometimes Usha and her girls go without their uniforms, an undercover mission of sorts, to make sure boys and men are behaving themselves at the market. The boys in this area call the brigade the bell of danger. Still, there are problems. The men Usha confronts have filed complaints with the police against her. She says she's even had threats against her life. Rape is rampant in India. According to the latest figures of National Crime Records Bureau of India, 92 cases of rape were reported every day, meaning there was a rape reported every 16 minutes. In nearly 95% of the cases, the victims are raped by someone they know. These figures are shocking, but most rapes in India still go unreported. And for those that do get reported, only 27% result in a conviction. The cases are one of the highest here in Uttar Pradesh, India's largest state with a population of 200 million people. Usha's Red Brigade is making an impact in Lucknow. But another group is helping women beyond its geographical limits. Some 200 kilometers from Lucknow is the small village of Badausa in Uttar Pradesh's Bundelkhand region. Women here are rarely educated and most are married before their 16th birthday. Rates of domestic violence remain high. The abuse of women is rampant across India, from its capital New Delhi to small villages like the one here in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Women are struggling for the most basic right to feel safe in their own communities. But Sampat Pal is working to change that. She's the founder of India's most famous women's rights movement, the Gulabi or Pink Gang. Sampat's own story is like so many others from this village.
I got married when I was 12. I first had my own life battles to fight. I had no idea about the world. Even when I got married and then had a child when I was 15, I wasn't mature enough to understand anything. It was only when my in-laws started troubling me that I realized this is injustice.
She started the Gulabi Gang in 2006. Armed with bamboo sticks, locally called lathis, Gulabi Gang members sought out husbands, fathers and brothers who abused or abandoned the women in their families. They used confrontation to get those men to see reason, but only used their lathis for self-defense. Sampat says she and her members always follow the law. What began as a group of just 5 has now grown into a regional movement with 300,000 members. Women from across the region seek Sampat's advice and assistance.
Because of my husband, my life was a living hell. He used to be an alcoholic and a drug addict. He used to beat me up. That's when I joined the Gulabi Gang.
People here say there is little to no governmental assistance for abused women. Laws have been passed to protect them, but they largely go unenforced. We wanted to pose that question to local authorities and were promised an interview by Uttar Pradesh's Minister for Women and Child Development. But when we got here, we were told the minister did not want to speak. Back in Lucknow, Usha is hoping her Red Brigade will spread to other parts of the country. But this grassroots movement can only succeed with government support. The struggle continues in India to change long-standing attitudes about how men view women. Usha says she's still got a lot of work ahead.